Alright, let us see what Music Thunderboots
Greetings,
needs.
Walker. Have you a moment to speak?
Yes, my fine, just fellow.
A crowded marketplace, a chance meeting, unexpected, unannounced, and perhaps just the thing this one needs to solve a most curious investigation. Music Thunderboots, at your service.
Greetings. You mentioned investigation?
An abduction, to be precise. No ransom, no demands, no obvious suspects or motives. Just a heartbroken father and a missing young lady. But that is why Music was hired, yes? He steps in when all other justice fails.
And so you've been hired to find somebody.
Correct. This one searches for Cynthia, daughter of ESO. However, Music's inquiries have led to nothing but dead ends. And with a young lady's safety on the line, the sooner this investigation is solved, the better.
This one can help you with the investigation, yes?
A chance meeting turned fated partnership. Fortuitous for this one, yes? You should speak to ESO first, see if he has any new information for us. His house is just south of the marketplace. Can't miss it.
Tell this one about being investigated, please.
Music Thunderboots is a Khajiit of action.
Khajiit of action.
He does not wish to merely boast of his prowess. This one aims to prove such skill. Just as soon as we have a little more to go on, of course.
You seem pretty confident. Why do you need this one's assistance,
This one will confess, while Music is confident in his skills of investigation, he struggles with the more alarming situations his line of work often entails. Such as when large people threaten him with very sharp daggers.
Someone threatened you?
Not this investigation, thank the moons. Well, not yet. That is
Not
where
yet.
your expertise comes along, yes? Your bravery. This one's cunning and a few good leads are all we need to solve this mystery.
Fair enough. So this was curious about that rather interesting name, Music Thunderboots.
It is a good name, no? Music Thunderboots. When scoundrels hear the footsteps of his boots, they will quake in fear.
That's not exactly the best quality for an investigator to have, though, right?
Oh, well, perhaps you are right. Not very subtle, is it?
What can you tell this one about the client, ESO?
He is a humble Khajiit of moderate wealth. Seems to keep to himself. No enemies, no debts. No reason why he would be targeted. Yet just a few days ago, his daughter, Cynthia, was taken in the dead of night.
And you mentioned there's been no ransom.
Most strange, no? If Music did not know better, he would say that it was an intimidation tactic. Perhaps even an act of revenge against ESO. But who would wish this cruelty against such a kind Khajiit?
And the gods have not helped?
They outright dismissed ESO's claim, believing that the young lady has merely run away.
That's
most
a
vexing
possibility.
horror, truth be told. From all that ESO has told this one, Cynthia is a most sweet Khajiit. Not one to make her father worry.
Alright. Khajiit is a, it's sort of like a young, single female Khajiit. As I think we remember we looked up last time. Alright, let us take a look in this house. I'm actually interested to see what the interiors here look like. In Dargo. Snowfall. Mista. Are we looking for a lost cat? Parsnip. Mista. Oh.
Are you here about this one, Cynthia? Has she been found?
I'm working with Music to find your daughter. Any ideas, or any details you can share that would help?
Yes, of course. Cynthia was taken in the dead of night. This one has received no ransom, yet he fears the worst. She is a very beautiful Jakajit, you see. Ishu believes that the captors may mean to sell her.
Oh, does she have any identifying features?
Cynthia has a long, glossy coat, soft as the richest of silks. Her eyes are bright yellow, like the honeyed moons. Ah, and she always wears a gold necklace.
And there's no one you suspect, or perhaps someone that wanted something to happen to her?
No suspects, no, but someone who may have spotted something? There is a wood elf who tends to stay up well into the night, always singing and dancing, that one. If anyone saw something unusual the night Cynthia was taken, it might be her.
Alright, let us go talk to the singing wood elf then, huh?
The wood elf's name is Mel? Yes, that's it. Mel the Musical, she always calls herself. You can usually find her toward the north end of town near the Sand Gardens. Ishu will pray for your swift success.
A few questions, if you do not mind.
To help find this one's darling Cynthia, Ishu will answer any question you ask.
Tell me more about the singing wood elf,
Mel arrived in Riverhold a few seasons ago. Makes a living begging for gold as she sings and dances. She has woken up Ishu more than once banging that drum of hers. Still, we chat occasionally. She is kind, if not a bit eccentric.
A bit eccentric?
Mel does not have a home in the traditional sense, so you will often find her sleeping in the stables and bathing in the public fountains. But who is Ishu to judge, huh? We all have our oddities.
That sounds more like she's homeless. Alright, well, tell me more about Cynthia, huh?
Cynthia is a willful
Yeah.
child. A tad spoiled, this one admits. Ishu dotes on her. The town guard, they do not understand. They say, oh, perhaps she has wandered off, they say. Perhaps she is lost. Such foolishness. How can they be so uncaring?
Help Roy, Mizik and this one will not give up till we find your cat.
Thank you, thank you. May bright moons light your path. Ishu will prepare a feast for Cynthia's return, yes? Perhaps some fish. Ah, yes, fish is her favorite. This one can already hear her contented purrs.
Yeah, one bed. Like, cause there's just cats all over, yeah. Yeah, we're definitely looking for somebody's cat. A musical above. In here? No. Gotta be here somewhere, right? Nope, not there now. Not bathing in there. Where in the world? We stealth up here and see if I can find it. Oh, here we are.
Oh, what do you know? A customer.
Customer?
Salutations. Mel the Musical at your service. Are you here for a performance?
Oh, this one is actually investigating the abduction of Ishu's daughter.
Ishu? The Khajiit with all the cats? That old coot is sweet as honey jagger, but a bit off if you ask me. Shame about his daughter, though. No one should have to go through that.
Ah, do you know anything that would help the investigation,
If you're looking for trouble, Tajiri's your girl. I've seen her with all sorts of indecent folk lately. Always shifty eyes on those ones, I tell you. She tends to spend a lot of time behind the stables lately, if you catch my drift.
This one will head to the stables then.
Very good then. And hey, if you're looking for some entertainment for your next soiree, make sure to seek me out. You won't regret it.
Tell me more about Tajal.
She's a gambler with a lot of friends in a lot of places. And you know, who am I to judge? Business is business after all. But as of late, she just seems to be getting more and more suspicious. In fact, there's been a lot of that in Riverhold.
A lot of what?
Suspicious activity. People who I ain't ever seen before, going about town at all hours. I mean, I may stay up well past most people's bedtime, but I'm a musician, comes with the territory. And these new folks aren't bards, that's for sure.
Good to know. We're gonna do a fight and epic adventure just to find somebody's house cat. I mean, admittedly, I would like somebody to go on an adventure to find my house cat if we get lost, but just saying. Uh-oh, this is like a setup. Seems our old badger friend is napping again. Maybe we should pay him a visit. The trip could prove sweeter than you think. T.
Saw you heading this way. Find anything of interest?
Yes, I guess.
Oh, the stables, Developed a sudden interest in horsemanship, Walker?
This one found a hidden note. I suspect the gambler Tarjuria wrote it.
Oh, looks to be a code. A napping badger, eh? Sounds familiar. Ah, yes. The sleeping badger is a rock formation just south of Riverhold. But this bit about the sweet trip, that music doesn't understand.
Could be worth to investigate the rock formation. At the very least, yes.
Music will mark it on your map, Walker. Feel free to lead the way. And perhaps this is a good time to mention that this one is not so skilled in violent situations, should trouble find us. But that is where your expertise comes in handy, yes?
This one's got it. Let's head to the Sleeping Badger rock formation then, huh? Good this is going to be. Up the hill we go. Just to get the bat. Okay. Skooma.
Skooma. These vagrants must be smugglers.
Hey, lady.
Music is all right.
What about me?
That necklace must belong to Zinthia. Come, let us speak away from this place.
Kashid's family died when the plague spread.
A missing daughter, a hidden note, and now a band of skooma smugglers. This investigation becomes messier with every step we take.
What would smugglers want with Issue?
This one is unsure, though it is possible Issue may be hiding something. Still, our priority should be to investigate the gambler who wrote that note. Tajiri was her name, yes? That does ring a bell or two.
What should we search?
If Tajiri is a gambler, it is likely we can find her at a local tavern. Mizik will head there at once and see what he can dig up. Meet this one at the Banished Regrets Inn.
Alright, we'll see you there. We just left town now. Couldn't investigate this earlier. Right, let's take a look in the inn.
You and I need to speak now.
What?
I must admit, you and Thunderboots make quite a charming pair. And watching you both play at being investigator, why, it's been sleek entertainment, truly. But now you tread upon sand that are best left undisturbed.
Is that a threat?
Take it as a friendly warning. I hear that you seek Ishu's daughter, yes? I find that very funny. After all, everyone in Riverhold knows that she left town many years ago.
Years ago? She said she only left in the past few days.
Then Ishu has become senile in his old age. I speak truthfully. He had one daughter and she is gone. Has been gone for many years. Tell this to your partner and drop your investigation. Now.
This one will tell Mizik what you said then, Smoke bomb away. Oh wait, it's in there? Above, okay. That's the best getaway, just smoke bomb.
Bright moons look over us today, Walker. Tajiri has just settled down for a round of gambling. While Mizik distracts her, you can sneak into her home and search for another clue. It's just a bit north of the tavern.
Before we do that, a stranger spoke to me. She said Ishu's daughter left town years ago.
Forgive this one if he's skeptical. Even if this stranger spoke truly, why then would Ishu hire Mizik? Why would Tajiri have written that note? Why would we find a gold necklace in the smuggler's camp?
This one's not sure. But she wants us to stop the investigating.
Then perhaps this stranger simply wishes to confuse us. Throw us off the scent. Besides, we cannot stop now. Not when an innocent young lady may still be at risk. Let us investigate Tajiri before she retires for the night.
Alright, this one will head to Tajiri's home. Search for clues, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why, hello, sweet meat. Care to play a game with old Tajiri?
Of course. Though this one will admit he is not very skillful.
Hello?
Looks like something a bit sweeter has come along. Why don't you get moving?
He's drunk.
Quickly, head to Tajiri's house. This one does not know how long he can delay her.
Right. Gonna be guards in here, aren't there?
Tajiri, is that you? We need more groceries for the house. There's barely anything to eat. And would it kill you to tidy up our room once in a while? The upstairs is a mess.
Tajiri. Blue serpent scissors next to the woods. 4-point paints shows the goods. They do not glitter, but they mark the way. They're prepared to leave the town today. There? Nope.
Psst. Over here. This one hopes you have found something of interest, Walker. Mizik cannot afford to keep Tajiri distracted any longer. And he means that most literally.
This one for the notes. It's written like a poem.
Blue serpents? 4-pointed paint? If Mizik had to guess, this poem describes drop-off locations for illicit goods. Smugglers often hide them in plain sight. First a sleeping badger, now a blue serpent. Must represent another landmark.
Perhaps the river nearby is the Blue Serpent?
That's it. The river is often busy with trade. A perfect place to smuggle goods. Let us search along the river and see if we find any barrels or crates with markings. Hopefully we'll find something that will lead us to Zinthia.
Alright, this one will go search along the river, huh?
Mizik will admit this case is heading in a rather unexpected direction, which is a bit worrisome if he's being honest.
So, why would the smugglers target issue?
It is strange, isn't it? With an operation as intricate as this, it seems odd that these smugglers would target a Khajiit of such limited wealth.
Perhaps we should talk to Issue again?
This one agrees, but let us first check these smuggler caches. The note said that the goods were leaving town today, yes? That could include Zinthia.
Alright.
So much to do, so little time.
Let's take a look at these areas, huh? On water. That's not a cache, though. Can I get up in there? I don't think I can. Can I? Maybe.
Mizik sees a painted mark ahead.
This one is fine.
Alright. So this one we want to take a look at? Nope. Out of scope. Oh, there's one, okay.
Could that be the painted mark we seek?
Chicken surf?
A very pretty scarf for smugglers to wear, yes? Perhaps it belongs to Zinthia.
Barrel?
That mark has 4 points, like the note says.
Rotten moon sugar.
This barrel smells sweet, but also rotten. What could it be? Dark moons. They're smuggling spoiled moon sugar. Very unsafe for anyone to eat. Speak to Ishu and see what he knows of these smugglers. Then let us meet back at the tavern. We have much to discuss.
Why am I doing the talking part? That's like the investigate part, isn't it? Man, I'm just supposed to be the muscle here. Hello, Ishu.
Yes, any news of this one, Cynthia?
We found this necklace and scarf near Smuggler's Camp.
Smuggler camps? Dark moons? Yes, the necklace and scarf belong to Cynthia. Have the smugglers sold her? By John and Joe, please say it isn't so.
Is there any reason why the smugglers might have targeted your family?
No, of course not. Ishu has only lived a good, honest life. Please, you must find this one's Jakajit. She is so young and innocent and probably terrified without her papa. Whatever will Ishu do if his Cynthia is harmed?
Bizikin, this one's will find Zithia. We're getting close, I guess.
May bright moons watch over you.
You have a lot of cats.
Oh, really? Well, Ishu supposes his family has grown over the years. But how could this one not seek their companionship? Their little faces, their tiny paws. His darlings love him completely, demanding little but affection and food. And belly rubs.
Is Zithia like all these cats do?
But of course, mostly. She and Medwick don't always get along, but Medwick is older and doesn't always like to play or be teased. And just between us, Tak can be a bit of a Jekozit sometimes. I think she's jealous.
Midwick. We're definitely searching for a cat, guys. We're not, like, maybe it's an Alfiq, but I highly doubt it's anything else but a house cat. Upstairs, here we go.
I warned you, Thunderboots. And so the other thorn in my paw arrives. I told you, did I not? First time was a warning. Now it is a threat. You both leave town. No more investigations. No more sticking your snouts where they don't belong. Collect your things and leave.
Not before we find Issu's daughter.
That again? I told you Issu's daughter left Riverhold years ago. He's just a delusional old Khajiit caught up in a fantasy. And for this you tried to ruin my little operation? Of all the things.
So you're the leader of the smugglers.
Who I am does not matter. What I can do to you, on the other hand, should be of immediate concern. You either leave Riverhold on your own, or you leave in pieces. Your choice.
Understood. You're gonna do that smoke bomb thing again? Yep, smoke bomb.
So it appears that your strange friend is Rideza the Rogue. Good to know.
Rideza the Rogue?
Let us just say that her reputation precedes her. Well, threats to our life aside, it seems that we finally have a perpetrator. Now we just need to follow her.
And how do you plan to do that,
We are investigators, are we not? You must search for a trail. With any luck, she'll lead you straight to Ishu's daughter. Meanwhile, Mizik will alert the proper authorities.
Alright, this one we'll see if we can find out where she disappeared to,
were fresh sugar claws. I didn't even see who ran into me.
Well, we literally get a trail to follow.
There! Rideza must have stepped on the jelly from the sugar claws. You must follow her trail while this one alerts the guards.
One there. Here we go. Cellar. Why is it always underground tunnels with these scuba dealers? Nope, can't get through that. Best place to keep stock, and get also to have a cave in and losing all your stock.
I warned you. Now the claws come out. Kill this muskox. Curse your meddling!
Riddies of the rogue, caught at last.
Did you find my daughter? Where is she?
Here! Your daughter is right here, you old fool!
Rideza! You're the one who stole Cynthia? Oh, this one's poor Jakashit.
Ha! Feeling a little jealous? To go so far as to steal your father's pet.
Wait. Oh. Oh.
Ishu is so pleased that you were able to find Cynthia. Finally, this one's family can be reunited.
Why did you not tell this one that Cynthia was a cat?
What do you mean? Ishu gave you every detail about his precious Cynthia that he could think of. Was there something that made you think his daughter was a Khajiit? Well, no matter. Cynthia is safe and Mizik will have his payment.
And what about your Khajiit daughter, Ridza?
Ridza has become just as greedy and cruel as her mother. How can Ishu accept such a daughter? Especially one who has already caused him to suffer. Ridza will face the justice of Riverhold's guards, as she deserves.
And you have no desire to be reunited?
If she wants to make peace, Ishu will make peace. After all, a quiet life for him and his family is all this one asked for. If Rideza wishes to be a part of that, she may be, but it is up to her.
He is very strict. He has no, like, compassion for his daughter there.
You know, I wasn't too sure about Thunderboots when he first came to town. Thought he would just cause more trouble than he solved. But thanks to the both of you, we can finally put Riddiza the Rogue behind bars.
So has Ridza been troubling Riverhold for that long?
No, not too long. But it never takes much time for these kind of operations to wreak havoc on towns like Riverhold. I'm just glad we could nip it in the bud. Riddiza herself, however, has been troubling Elsweyr for years now.
We found a moldy moonsugar earlier. Mizik seems particularly panicked.
Moldy moonsugar by itself will do little more than make a Khajiit ill. The trouble is when that same moonsugar is distilled into tainted skooma. It's an unfortunately common practice, given that moldy moonsugar is so cheap.
So smugglers were going to make skooma out of that stuff, huh?
Most likely. It's a vile thing to sell, though. Tainted skooma causes some of the most horrific reactions I've ever seen. Days of vivid nightmares and awful pain, often followed by an agonizing death. A truly horrible way to go.
You think that Ridza the Rogue is finished? It's only a matter of time before I'm back on the streets. And when that happens, you best watch your back.
Why did you abduct Cynthia?
When I came back to Riverhold, I went to see my fool of a father. It's been years since Mother and I left, and I was feeling sentimental, I suppose. Stupidly sentimental. He didn't even recognize me.
So you're jealous of Cynthia,
Of the cat? No, I just wanted to make him suffer. He's always been obsessed with his damn pets. That's why Mother left him, you know. He's so caught up in his little family that he didn't have time for us. For me.
That sounds pretty jealous.
Maybe you're right. Just another delinquent with papa problems. Isn't that just the way?
Daddy issues. Mizik.
Well, it seems that our investigation has come to a successful close. Though not quite in a way that Mizik was expecting.
So Ridza was Issu's daughter, and she stole his cat.
In hindsight, it makes sense. When you were told that Issu's daughter left town years ago, Ridza must have been speaking of herself. Still, to have been chasing Issu's pet this whole time.
And we stopped the smuggling operation, huh?
This is true.
Yep.
Because of our dedication, Riverhold no longer has to deal with these vile smugglers. And let us hope it stays that way, yes?
Yes.
Mizik just needs to collect our reward. Why don't we meet at the Banished Regrets?
Alright, let's meet you at the end then, yes?
Drinks are on Mizik. Just as soon as he is paid, of course.
So how'd they know about this back way? How did they get up to this back way? Right up this way. All right, here we go.
Hey, hey, Bandari boy, tap your heels and slide. Hey, hey, Bandari girl, swing your tail and slide.
A family reunited, a smuggling ring destroyed, and the gratitude of all of Riverhold.
Yay!
Not a bad start to a partnership, yes? Mizik was even able to secure a hefty bonus, thanks to the generosity of Captain Kahiri.
Is it a bonus you're willing to share?
Of course, of course. Your share as promised. After all, Mizik would never have been able to solve this investigation without your aid. Pleasure working with you, Walker. Do not be a stranger, yes?
Yes. And Undertaker.
A safe town, a happy client, and an investigation expertly solved. And a five-claw partnership, if Mizik does say so himself. What more could this one ask for?
So what's next for you?
After such a successful investigation, Mizik is hopeful that more clients will come forth. We live in turbulent times, Walker. Dragons, tyrants, necromancy. There is no end to Elsweyr's suffering as of late. And yet so much is overlooked.
Oh, what do you mean?
Those in power have priorities. And the petty problems of the common folk? They tend to be on the very bottom of this list. That is why we must look after each other. If Mizik does not offer his help, who will?
Still, that's your job, isn't it?
Of course. But first and foremost, it is Mizik's passion. That is why this one takes the name Thunderboots. If he cannot work in the name of justice, then he will not work at all. This, he swears.
That doesn't have any meaning. That's why he takes on the name of Thunderboots. If he can't work in the name of justice, then he can't work at all. Like, that doesn't have anything to do with Thunderboots. So, do you live in the Riverhold? Don't look like you do.
Music's investigations take him many places, so it is hard to call one town home. But he's enjoyed his time in the Riverhold. He has a comfortable tavern room and a steady supply of clients. Well, a steadier supply of clients.
What other cases have you worked on here?
Honestly? Just the one. A bard's flute was stolen while he was drinking in the tavern. He was very certain another musician had stolen it out of jealousy.
And did you solve the case?
Quickly. It turned out to be the innkeeper who stole the flute. This bard could not play in tune to save his life, and it was driving away business. So, Mizik suggested that the bard seek another tavern. A happy solution for everyone involved.
And thus ends the adventure of Mizik Thunderboots.